get sad. On the ground and you can't stop it, nigga. Them bands bad. They always feel free. I slide that ass. I'm a damn dad, nigga. A damn dad, nigga. I need a L, I ain't trippin', I get to it when I get to it. This that weed blowing, lean pouring, real gangsta music. You know I'm familiar with the brick behind my wrist moving. I'm in that water, I'm from Florida, but my wrist Cuban. But my wrist Cuban, threw him in that water, I'm from Florida, but my wrist Cuban. But my wrist Cuban, threw him in that water, I'm from Florida, but my wrist Cuban.
Press has got to change that.
In the back of my head, see.
Definitely slow down. Definitely slow down. You know, knowing exactly what I'm supposed to do. Got the playbook in, and you know I can play with my alignments and things like that, but still make sure I'm doing my job at the same time. So it just helps out. You know, it takes a lot of pressure off when you know what you're doing.
Think of Sean Desai. Any sort of your first impression?
Smart man. He know what he's doing. I think he's gonna be a little aggressive with us this year as far as stunts and movements up front. You know, I like that type of stuff. So I think it's gonna be a good fit. You better be on your toes every day coming out here and put your best foot forward because, like I said, it's a fight for reps. And you got to show it out here so you can get those opportunities and make sure that you're going all out so they know what they're getting.
A chance to go through those practices. It's pretty neat. I'm at a place in my career where a lot of these guys at the position I've evaluated coming out of college. So got a chance, actually was at Rashad's pro day, talked with DeAndre, so kind of had an understanding of a little bit about them. So it's kind of good getting them in here, kind of knowing their baseline, and now it's just both of these guys have played in the league. They played in the NFL. So really it's just teaching the new terminology, teaching them maybe a couple things that I may do differently at the position that they haven't done, and just working. And they've both done a really good job so far leading up to where we're at today.
Maybe less.
You know, that's part of it. I always say you gotta have the pads on, right? And you gotta have some contact because there's a lot of things about our job that we have to do that's physical, whether it's picking up pass pro, whether it's running through a tackle, all that. So that's part of it. You can make some of an evaluation on a running back before we put the pads on, but you're not getting the true one until we get to bang heads a little bit.
Hey, Jamal, you obviously
The ability to do certain things. There's got to be a baseline for all of them that they're capable of doing, both run game, pass game, and protection game. But there's going to be guys that maybe have a little bit more ability in a certain area than the other guys. And what you really want to do is try and maximize a guy's opportunity for success and put them in situations that they can be successful. That's really the same for every position. It's like who's going to be in there, who's going to be those guys, and a guy that can do multiple things allows you to do a little bit more with them. A guy that's maybe more specific kind of gets him a bit more of a role player.
On that note,
Like I said, they've got to have a baseline that's pretty good. So any one of these guys can run the football. And I think that's part of it. So we can run the ball with any of them in there. And there's guys that have maybe a higher ability to run routes and more receiverish. So you can kind of blend it in that way to where guys are getting in and playing and not really showing our hand on what we're doing. Because they've all got to be able to protect. They've all got to be able to run the football. And at some points, they got to run routes as well.
As a running backs coach,
What do you make of what's happened increasingly? And
Well, the game's changed a little bit, and the position has changed a little bit as well. But for us, it's always about, well, what can we control? And I think the most important thing for these guys is to do everything they possibly can to perform at a very high level and perform to their best of their ability. And me as a coach, it's my job to help these guys perform to the highest ability that they can. I mean, that's what you want to have. You want to have a good year and then maybe get rewarded for some of the stuff that you did. So it's different. I know the landscape has changed, but the two-back world and running it 30 times a game, it's just not what this game's about at this point.
is it a conversation that's happened?
With most players when they're going into the third year, he's not a rookie anymore, and he's got some chance. And then we had extra games. So both years we've had some extra games that he's been able to play in, and is obviously helping him get better to that point. But no, Kenny's doing a really good job and working as hard as he can, and that's just who he is. That's his MO.
Rashad had mentioned.
It was gonna go viral, or I don't try to worry about stuff like that. But in that moment, that was a 2-minute situation, and I was gassed. I was so tired, and I was just trying to make a play. And so for me to make a play in a critical moment for Jalen, that just feel confident. And in this situation, he's gonna give me a shot. Regardless of we just running down here, turn around, jump up. And that's what I want. I want to build that chemistry and build that confidence in him that he can take chances. Give me a shot. They've seen it all. They've seen the splits. They've seen the routes. You want to judge yourself on how well you do against others. And it'll be a really good time. Really good chance to see where we at. This team, going against other people and competing at a high level. Just seeing a different way. To see how this team reacts to competing against somebody else. Not just ourselves. So yeah.
Family. I'm glad that throughout the process I was able to clear my name. I'm glad that my family was able to move on from this. I'm glad that I'm able to move on from this, and I'm looking forward to the future. So I guess in short, I'm just very appreciative of the process that has taken place to clear my name. I'm also very appreciative of my teammates, my coaches, and this organization. Like I said, it was a process, but I'm glad that I was able to clear my name in that process, get through that process. I had a lot of great support behind me, but I'm looking forward to putting that in the past and looking forward to tomorrow and moving on. They welcomed me with open arms, and that's a testament to all of them of who they are as not only teammates but who they are as as a person. And I'm very thankful for them. I'm very thankful for their support.
Had you been in contact?
Just working out every day. Keeping my mental health in a good state. And just looking forward to the future. Just keeping myself in shape. Running and working out.
What was your?
I was really looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm just grateful to be out here around my teammates, around the coaches, and this wonderful organization.
You feel you have to catch up from a football standpoint, or you feel you're there?
I have some catching up to do, but I'm looking forward to that. That's part of playing the football game that everybody chases of always trying to get better. So I'm really looking forward to that.
We know you have some versatility. Has there been a
Glad to be back. Very appreciative of being back, and I'm just looking forward to tomorrow.
You mentioned the support from the team. Did you know you would have a spot here whenever things did wrap up?
I did not. That's something that I took day by day, and more importantly, I had to focus on clearing my name and going through the process that I went through, and I'm glad that throughout that process I was able to clear my name, and like I said, I'm just thankful that I'm back here.
What were the conversations?
I didn't have any conversations with those guys. That was more between my attorneys and my agent and them, so I can't really speak on that.
But when you got back, I mean, what have your conversations been like with Nick since then?
They just said that they're glad to have me back, glad to see me around, and I just make sure to let them know that I'm beyond appreciative of them welcoming me back.
You mentioned